I'm going to get to that in just a second, but first of all, we have some late-breaking details to tell you about. The mayor, in just the past few minutes, has chimed in on what happened today. I'll get to that in just a few moments, but as you mentioned off the top, the council wrapped up their meeting today. They did not vote on anything. They are coming back here to the city-county building at 5 o'clock tomorrow. Council President Charles Pugh says he hopes to have a vote tomorrow. Let's go inside that city-county building and take you to that meeting today. Council members spent hours once again in session talking about the deal and adding changes to it. Ultimately, they decided not to vote on the consent agreement or financial stability agreement, in part because of the Ingham County Court judge's ruling yesterday. You'll remember a judge ruled in favor of activist Robert Davis's lawsuit, claiming the state's financial review team's term had expired, and therefore the review team should not be allowed to meet, which means they cannot make a deal with the city council and the city. Council President Charles Pugh says he hopes the council will approve the deal anyway tomorrow to avoid an emergency manager.
We want to do the right thing, but we're running out of options in order to avoid emergency management, which is why I have been at the table, because I knew that at some point we would be here and that whatever document was in front of us we would have to approve in order to avoid emergency management, which is why that we've gone through this exhaustive process of getting as much input from as many council members as possible.
So what happens next? That's the big question, right? Well, the governor's office, of course, has appealed that activist lawsuit, and that appeal came today. So a ruling could come as early as tomorrow. Now, as far as the mayor's statement, here's what he's saying. He's saying he wants the council to act as soon as possible, because even though he understands the council is working hard and diligently to review this very complicated and important deal, he wants to make sure that the council does act, because he believes the governor will make a decision and possibly install an emergency manager on Thursday if the council does not vote on this agreement. But right now, the mayor, or the governor, only has two options right now because of this judge's ruling. Two options. He can either do nothing or he can appoint an emergency manager, because right now that review team cannot meet to approve the consent agreement. Hopefully you're not totally confused by now. Reporting live downtown, I'm Tom White, 7 Action News. Stephen and Dinah, back to you.
Every citizen in the city of Detroit, I believe, is confused by this whole thing. So Thursday around, is the council just hoping the governor does nothing and they can take their time?
Well, no. I mean, there are council members who are saying we should see if we can play kind of a game of chicken with the governor. There is one councilwoman who said that today, who said she believes if they don't act, that maybe the governor will choke and he won't end up doing anything. But here's the thing that's so complicated in all this. Thursday is the legal deadline under Public Act 4 for the governor to make a decision about what to do. But because of yesterday's agreement in Ingham County Circuit Court, the governor can't agree to a consent agreement with the city because the review team cannot meet to approve it. So he has those two options, either an emergency manager or he can do nothing, which of course we've heard him say a million times. He's not going to do nothing.
He's not going to do nothing. All right. Thank you very much for that, Tom, and we'll keep in touch with you on what's going to happen next on this one.